In this video, I'm going to show you how to change the system volume setting using MX and the MDM configuration file. First, we're going to go look and see what our current system sound setting is. We go in here and look, and our volume is pretty much turned to off. So our goal is to be able to get this set to 5 using the MDM configuration process. So first thing we need to do is go ahead and generate the MDM configuration file that we're going to use to change our system volume. If you go ahead and open up the mobility extensions document, go to page 34 or section 1.-20. What this is going to walk you through is just how to set up the volume setting or generate the MDM config.xml file. A couple notes in here. There are a couple bugs within the documentation that I'll point out. This says that it needs to be MDM configuration with the M, the D, and the M, and the C in uppercase. This needs to be all lowercase. It does need to be, or it will not get consumed by the MX process. So the first thing we're going to do is in our configuration file, we just say mdm config. Within that, we're going to want to change the system volume. That tells us it must be wholly contained within the MDM configuration elements, which it is. We're then going to create the stream type tag. Within that, we're going to change the system. Just a note, it needs to be lowercase system. So we created that. And then what do we want to do? We want to change the volume setting. Another note here, this says that it's volume setting. Really the setting is set volume. So what we're going to do is say we want to change the system setting, set the volume to 5. So once we have this completed, this is all we're going to need for MX to consume this and change our setting to 5. So go ahead and close out of here. Now what we need to do is we're going to go back into our OpenSSL. What we need to do is sign the file we just created. So here is our mdmconfig.xml file. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and sign that. In our mobility extensions document, if we go back to page 50, in the signing configuration file, what we're going to do is use this OpenSSL DST sign process to do that. A couple notes here. So what we're going to do is take the private key that we generated before using our OpenSSL. We're going to use that key to generate a signature PEM file for our configuration file to be executed. And the way that works is to do an MDM config, the MDM config has to be named exactly like this. The signature PEM file needs to be named signature MDM PEM just as it is here. So an MDM config.xml needs to have a coinciding signature MDM PEM, a certificate XML, signature cert PEM, proxy settings, their signature settings PEM. So let's go ahead and generate that. So we'll just paste this in. Looks like it took more than I wanted to, so we'll just try this again. So we just want to copy that, paste that. So what do we want to sign? As before, oops, I'll just do a quick directory again just so we can see what we did. Paste. So my private key was pri.pem. So we're going to do an MDM configuration. So we want the name of this next file to be signature MDM PEM just like it is here. So I'll just cut and paste that in here. But we do need to put out. And we're going to paste that. And then what are we trying to sign? We're trying to sign our MDM configuration XML file. So we'll just go ahead and paste that in. Now when we go ahead and hit enter, what we're going to do is when we do a directory again, we're going to actually see the signature MDM PEM was generated. So now what we're going to do is take this file and our MDM config XML file, copy them to the device so it can consume them. So we'll just go ahead and grab these two files. There's already a couple there from before, so we'll just delete those. Paste in the new ones. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our device. We're going to grab both of these files and move them to the configuration file. So we'll just say, yep, we want to grab both of these. We're going to copy the selected files. Yep. And then where are we going to want to copy them to? If you go back to your mobilities extension document, if you go to the beginning of chapter 2, let's go back there real quick. And it's really at the beginning of every chapter you can see it. So we need to place those files in enterprise device settings, MDM auto import. As soon as we drop those in there, it will consume them and do what we need them to do. So we'll go ahead and hit enterprise device settings, MDM auto import. So as soon as we drop these two files in here, it's going to process them. Just one note: if I drop in the XML file before I drop in the certificate file, MX will go ahead and process the config XML file. But since it doesn't have the certificate file to validate against, it will just error out. So you need to make sure that your certificate file is put in here before your XML. I've seemed to have no problems if I just do a complete copy in here. So here's both of my files. If I go out, come back in, now we have a results file. Something happened. So let's go ahead and look and see what's in here. So this is telling us that I successfully verified our file and then changed our system level to 5. So this means our certificate worked. Let's go take a look at our volume and see if it changed. Go back to settings, sound, volumes, and yep, it did. So it changed our notification up to 5. And that is the process for updating your configurations using an MDM MX configuration process.